Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hello. I'm Julia Flood, Artistic Director of Metro Theater Company.
And I'm Joe Fowler, Managing Director at Metro Theater Company. We are so happy you are tuning in today as we gather on Give STL Day to announce our next season.
And our next season isn't just any season, it's Metro Theater Company's 50th anniversary season. 50 years of creating professional theater and arts education programs for the young people and families of St. Louis. Metro Theater Company was founded in 1973, which makes us St. Louis's third oldest professional theater company, just slightly younger than the Repertory Theater and about half the age of the Muni, the granddaddy of St. Louis theater.
But we wouldn't have ever made it to 50 years if it wasn't for the extraordinary support of people all over St. Louis and all over the country who have sustained us through financial contributions, through advocacy, through faith, and through their attendance and at our productions from our very first, called the second greatest show on earth, right up until our most recent, the hit musical Last Stop on Market Street. To everyone who's watching right now who has been with us on this amazing journey, thank you. As you'll hear in a little bit, we have a very special gift planned for everyone in St. Louis this fall that we hope that you'll enjoy as a way of showing our appreciation for sustaining us these 50 years. But today, we extend our gratitude to each of you who might consider making a gift during this season announcement or at any point during the day, as it is Give STL Day.
Thanks to the generous support from the St. Louis Community Foundation, all gifts made during this hour will be matched. A total of $20,000 will be matched to organizations across our community, proportional to the gifts made to each organization participating in this hour. So no matter what gift you make right now, a match to a portion of that gift will come back to MTC and to any other organization you support on Give STL Day during this hour.
You'll see a link appearing on the screen right now and in one of the comments on Facebook and YouTube if you're watching from there in order to be able to give this hour if you like. Gifts of any amount are deeply appreciated. Our goal today is to raise $5,000 through Give STL Day, and we look forward to sharing our progress on that goal at the end of this broadcast. We are grateful to anyone who can help us to make progress on that goal throughout. If we exceed our goal, that support will only further our impact to reach young people and families in this region. So thank you for your consideration and for your generosity.
But we are here today to share with you all the things that will be happening in our 50th season. So let's get started. Prior to the pandemic, each year since the very beginning of Metro Theater Company's history, the company would bring live theater performances directly into schools. Now, that's been a lot harder to do in the last 2 years, but I am pleased to say that in our 50th season, we will again be performing live in schools. We could not be more excited about the 50th season world premiere of a new play, the first play in our commitment to a 10-year cycle of commissioning new works for young people. It's a very special play for our 50th season, not only because of the world premiere status, but because the playwright was a member of our performance company during some of Metro Theater Company's earliest seasons. She is also a playwright that Metro Theater Company commissioned and produced once before, 11 years ago, when we first began to explore the story of a courageous and lovable young girl from St. Louis named Madeline Delilah. The world premiere of Delilah's Wish won the Kevin Kline Award for Best Play for Young Audiences. Since that time, this playwright has crafted plays that have been produced across St. Louis at many wonderful institutions, like the Shakespeare Festival St. Louis and COCA. She is, of course, the delightful Mariah Richardson. And the world premiere play is called Bold, Brave, Curious. And here to tell you a little bit about this latest chapter in Madeline Delilah's story is Mariah herself in this short video.
I'm Mariah Richardson, and I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. And I am excited about working with Metro Theater Company again. So, the play that I get to work on with Metro is called Bold, Brave, Curious, and it is a Madeline Delilah play. So Delilah's Wish was the first one. I did another piece called Suffer the Children. And this piece, Bold, Brave, and Curious, is all about friendship. And it features Delilah's two best friends, Stanley, who you heard about in Delilah's Wish, and Lupe, who is a new person in her life. And those three together, they feel like outsiders in many ways. They all are missing a parent, at least one parent. And so they've joined together because of that. And in this piece, their friendship is tested. Something happens. And so how will they deal with it? Will their friendship sustain? So I hope that you consider bringing Bold, Brave, and Curious to your school or coming out to see it at one of our public performances.
If you're a school that might be interested in bringing Bold, Brave, Curious to your middle school students in September or October, starting today, we will be taking booking reservations for that production. To learn more about booking the show to your school, you can contact our audience services and school bookings manager, Eleanor Marsh, whose email is on the screen now. While single tickets for public performances in our upcoming season won't go on sale for a little while longer, bookings for school tours, field trips for our main stage shows, and virtual streaming field trips can all begin now. So no need to wait until the start of the fall semester to start to organize your kids' calendars. We all know how magical it is to have live theater arrive in your school auditorium, and after more than a 2-year pause from that, we know how much more special it will be to have it and Bold, Brave, Curious return this fall.
On October 9th, Metro Theater Company will open our first production on the Grandel Theater stage, just a few weeks after Bold, Brave, Curious begins its tour. This play, based on a well-loved book, gives us the story of a little girl whose simple act of faith and dedication inspires hope in a community of neighbors who have been living in fear and isolation. A once vibrant community has become derelict until these seeds of hope are planted and the community finds new reasons to reach out and connect with each other. As we all begin to emerge from our own period of isolation, this story echoes the longing, loss, and much needed connections that young people are navigating today. And so, to open our main stage season at the Grandel Theater, Metro Theater Company presents Seed Folks from the book by Newbery Award-winning author Paul Fleischman. The Christian Science Monitor called this book a profound message of hope, and we can't wait to share it with you at the Grandel Theater and to all enjoy this inspiring story.
Now, as you may know, when the pandemic began, Metro Theater Company introduced Pay What You Wish pricing for all of our streaming and live performances, recognizing that the pandemic had created meaningful economic challenges for many who might wish to share theater with the young people in their lives. But that need remains, even as the pandemic recedes, and so our commitment to economic accessibility is not going away. In addition to Pay What You Wish pricing continuing throughout our 50th season, because it is our 50th season, we're taking that commitment to the next level for a very special event that is a gift to everyone in our region, whether you have been part of making these first 50 years possible, or whether you are just discovering MTC for the first time. Within weeks of opening Seed Folks at the Grandel, we'll be offering our first free family festival on Saturday, October the 15th and Sunday, October the 16th in Grand Center.
Over the course of that weekend, at the Grandel Theater, Grand Center Arts Academy, the Sun Theater, and on Grandel Square itself, we'll be offering multiple free performances of Seed Folks and Bold, Brave, Curious, as well as songs from this spring's production of In My Granny's Garden, children's poetry from one of MTC's co-founders, Zara Weil, a scavenger hunt, arts and crafts activities, and other hands-on learning activities for young people of all ages. And we are also working with the city to create a piece of public art during that weekend that we hope will leave a permanent, indelible mark on the Arts District in commemoration of this special anniversary. Metro Theater Company will be at the festival, but you will also see partners in the arts and education sector from across our region, as well as food trucks to provide delicious treats to enjoy for alfresco dining. It will be a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing you and your family there.
Near the end of 2022, we'll be hosting a holiday fundraiser inspired by our recent two All St. Louis readings of A Christmas Carol, but this year focusing on a wider range of holidays, past, present, and future. Then, in early 2023, we are thrilled to present another world premiere in honor of our 50th season. So much of MTC's history has been tied to creating new work that pushes forward the art form of theater for young audiences in ways you simply can't find anywhere else in the country. Sometimes that's through subject matter, thanks to plays like The Yellow Boat or Ghost, which both addressed important issues in ways that captivated young audiences. And sometimes that's through identifying important voices in theater for young audiences that we are committed to amplify, because we know that while they may be early in their careers now, they will be major voices in theater for many, many years to come. And we want you to get to meet them first. In the case of our winter 2023 main stage production, we're not the only ones who want you to hear them first. We are honored to be partnering with Megan Ann Rasmussen Productions, commercial producers who also have an eye on the future life of this new musical, to bring this production to life first in St. Louis. And while we can't say yet where this production will be going after its St. Louis premiere, I can promise you that the Grandel Theater won't be the last place that you will see this smart and heartfelt new musical. In fact, later this month, Julia, who is directing the show, will be spending a few weeks in Orlando to further develop this new play with the production's creative team. So, Julia, after that long of a tease, why don't you do the honors of announcing what this exciting show is? And I think you might have a special guest to talk a little bit about the show as well.
Absolutely, Joe. This is a production that everyone in St. Louis will want to see. It features mermaids and pirates, magic and adventure. It asks us to face our worst fears and to feel our deepest feelings. And it does so with music, laughter, and plenty of heart. This world premiere musical is called Spells of the Sea. And I am thrilled to introduce our playwright and composer for the piece, Guinevere Govea. Hello, Gwenny.
Hi, Julia.
Welcome. Tell us a little bit about the story of Spells of the Sea.
Yeah, definitely. So, Spells of the Sea is a new musical that tells the story of a young girl named Finley Frankfurter, who is a 15-year-old fisherwoman, and she sort of lives in the shadow of her very famous father, Ferris Frankfurter, who is the fastest, fittest fisherman in the village. But when Ferris falls ill to a very mysterious illness called the Big Bad Sickness, Finley has to garner the help of this old grumpy lighthouse keeper named H.S. Crank in order to find the elixir of life to save her dying father.
Wow, that's great. And what inspired you to want to tell this story?
Yeah, so I wrote Spells of the Sea during quarantine, and during that time, I was just feeling very lonely and sort of isolated from my friends. And there was just this dark cloud that sort of hung over me a lot, and I really didn't know how to talk about it with anyone. So instead, I wrote a song, and that song manifested itself into multiple different characters and then a whole entire story. But sort of the whole reason I wanted to write it was to show people that if they struggle with feeling a lot of emotions, they don't have to do it alone. And you can find sort of inner strength within yourself through other people, found family, and friends.
That's great. I know that this has been an unusual journey on creating this piece. And what has it been like so far to bring this story to the stage?
Definitely. Well, it's definitely been a roller coaster. It's been moving a lot faster than I thought it would be. I wrote this musical in 2020 and produced it at my school, UT Austin, as a podcast musical. I didn't know where it was going to go after that, but now we're going to workshop it in Orlando and then bring it to the stage at the Metro Theater. And yeah, I've been learning a lot through the help of our wonderful producer Megan Ann, my former professor Megan Allritz, and Debbie LaPuma, who's our wonderful music director, and you as well. So I'm just so excited and so ready for the next steps.
I know. I'm so looking forward to working together on this some more in Orlando at the Pegasus Play Lab. But what do you think? What do you hope that our audiences in St. Louis will take away after they see this show?
Yeah, I think if there's one thing I would really love audiences take away from this show is that you are not alone. You know, we all feel sad, we all feel embarrassed, we all feel angry, we all feel scared, and a lot of these different feelings. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. And there's always a shoulder you can cry on. And I hope that young people specifically can identify with Finley, the main character, and know that they can do anything they really set their minds to, no matter what it may be.
I love that. And the music and everything about this is so wonderful. I'm so thrilled to bring you to St. Louis, Glennie.
Thank you.
Thank,
I'm so happy to be here.
thank you so much for being with us today and sharing a little sneak peek of what's coming. Couldn't be more excited for our 50th anniversary.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
I personally cannot wait to see that show come to life on our stage either. I think it's going to be incredibly special for everyone in St. Louis, particularly knowing that it does have a future beyond what we'll be doing here in St. Louis to start, which is always so special. If you're watching at home right now and you're excited about that production or about anything we've been sharing so far, please do consider making a gift as part of Give STL Day today. We'll be giving you an update on how we're doing on our campaign in just a little bit, but there's still a little bit more to go to tell you about the upcoming season. So one fun fact from MTC's history that you might not know is that when the company was founded, while we were still MTC, we were not yet Metro Theater Company. We were actually called Metro Theater Circus. And to honor that legacy, we'll be at a very special location to close out our 50th season. Both our final production of the 50th season and our 50th anniversary gala will be taking place at the Big Top here in Grand Center, helping MTC come full circle over our 50 years. If you have played any part in Metro's 50-year history, we sincerely hope that you will do us the honor of letting us celebrate those 50 years with you at that gala on Saturday, April the 22nd, 2023. It is the closest Saturday night in April to the date when MTC was officially incorporated back in 1973. We will spend a wonderful evening celebrating the past, but equally importantly, looking to the future with some very exciting special announcements that we are keeping under wraps for another 11 months and change, and quite possibly some very exciting aerial acrobatics as you enjoy a wonderful, splendid evening. Prior to that event, we'll be bringing back one of MTC's most beloved shows of the last 20 years in an all-new production that will take full advantage of all the amazing things that can come when you are producing theater inside a circus tent. Julia, do you want to tell us a little bit more about that last production that we have still to announce on our broadcast today?
Yes, of course. I mean, what could be more fun than to bring a favorite picture book to life in a circus tent? The final production of our 50th anniversary season will be a celebration of the exciting physical theater style that launched the company 50 years ago and continues to inspire us all today. Go, Dog, Go. This play was a huge hit when MTC first produced it and directed by former artistic director Carol North with Suzanne Costello. And the final production of our 50th anniversary season is Go Dog Go, based on one of the most entertaining and enjoyable books for children to be published in the last 60 years.
It's going to be so fun. This entire season is going to be a blast to share with everyone. And just knowing how many folks joined us when we did Last Stop on Market Street at the Grandel a few months ago, we know that this community is eager and excited to return to meaningful theatrical experiences for young people to enjoy. So we really hope that if you're watching right now, you're starting to make plans to join us for all these wonderful, wonderful shows. But absolutely none of this work and none of the impact that it's creating for families and schools in our region and well beyond would be possible without your generosity. So, one last plug, if you haven't yet made a donation as part of Give STL Day, and you can, please consider visiting the link on your screen. Remember, all gifts that are made this hour are partially matched by the Community Foundation. And I'm thrilled to share that so far, towards our $5,000 goal, we have already gotten to $1,913 or so. I have been texted just a few moments ago. So thank you all if you've supported us already. And know that between now and 1 o'clock, if you do make a gift after watching this broadcast, that gift will benefit from a partial match from the Community Foundation. But while that is our 50th season, there is still so much more excitement to come during our current 49th season. Rehearsals are well underway for In My Granny's Garden, which opens on May the 13th and is performing at MTC's studio, at Better Family Life, at Earth Dance Organic Farms, and at Eckert's in Belleville through June the 26th. And our gala this spring, After Dark, is coming up on Thursday, June the 9th. If you care about Metro Theater Company and you want to enjoy an evening of celebration with others like you, After Dark is absolutely the right ticket. We'll have some wonderful vacations up for auction, including trips to Costa Rica, Florida, Breckenridge, and more. A reprise of a few numbers from Last Stop on Market Street featuring the incomparable Denise Times, a keynote from the author of Last Stop on Market Street, Matthew De La Pena, and a first chance to hear an excerpt live from Spells of the Sea, featuring Gwenny herself, fresh from our workshop at the Pegasus Play Labs. So please, please do consider joining us that special night.
And of course, please join us at In My Granny's Garden with your youngest children this month and next month, and at all the wonderful productions and special events in our 50th season. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. It will be a year of wonderful celebrations. We can't wait to share them with you. Thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you at the theater. Bye.
Bye.